Michael, what do you admire most about Derek?
The thing I like about Derek is that, when you see all his competitors, all his teammates, I don't think anybody can say one thing bad about Derek. He's a complete champion. He's an idol for me, in terms of how he's well respected in the game from not just his teammates but his opponents. And he carries himself like every professional baseball player, a professional athlete should be. He's a very classy guy, very straightforward, very friendly. I don't think anybody can say one bad thing about Derek either. Not that I know. Maybe these guys may know. But
yeah, let's take that across the table. Dave, you want to comment on that? And then Cal.
Very simply, I met Derek before he's the Derek Jeter you know, and with 100 other players at rookie career development. And he was the most inquisitive, the most interested in the game. He knew the history, and he just wanted to be all he could be. And I can look now 20 years later, he's achieved everything and more that he ever envisioned. I can say this, the Yankees were blessed to have drafted him for him to play for this team, and he was equally as blessed to play here. He is what a baseball player, employee, just a good person to be in an organization. He's going to leave a legacy that every other athlete is going to try to emulate. And I'm happy for him. He's leaving the game on the right note, and he's to be respected. He's accomplished a lot. I'm happy for him and glad to know him as I do.
I don't think they left anything for me to say. No, when I think of Derek, Derek's a true professional. He's a professional in the sense that is out there on the field, he competes. And as Michael said, he is well respected all across the league for good reason. He plays the game the right way, handles himself beautifully. And off the field, he's a true professional. And it still amazes me that many times through all the ups and downs of one's career and through the good times and the bad times, that in this market, which is very difficult from a media standpoint, Derek always says the right thing, always handles himself marvelously through all of those things. And I think ultimately that's an indication of who he is from his parents and also who he is as a person. And I respect that a lot.
Barry and Al. I don't know who has the mic. Go ahead, Al. Go ahead.
Michael, like Derek, you were always at your best when it mattered most. In getting to know Derek, what do you believe were some of the characteristics that have enabled him to do so well in the most important times of each game?
Well, I think that one of the things that every professional strives for is perfection. We work hard each and every day, to try to improve our craft fundamentally. And if we do it the right way, and you do it with the type of conviction that Derek has done, you tend to respond under pressure. Pressure situations usually determine who has put forth the effort. And it's very obvious that he's put forth the effort in the right way because he's always responded the right way and under pressure. And you got to give a credit to him and to his parents and obviously his managers, all the people that taught him to do the right thing. And then he gets into the workout area and work at it to a point when he gets put in those situations, he responds with the practice that he's put into it. And that's a gift. That's an effort. That's a dedication that all of us we take pride in doing that. And he's been put in situations that he can succeed at. I've been put in situations where I could succeed at. Dave as well as Cal. I mean, great players, great athletes. They thrive in pressure because they prepare themselves for pressure, and he's no different than anybody else.
Barry.
Michael, having played on a team that won 6 NBA championships, how do you put into perspective what the Yankees have done, winning 5 during Derek's era with obviously a lot of component parts to help Derek?
I mean, it's a little bit different, I'm 12 players when we were out there where I can affect 12 players. Derek, he's got to rely upon his other teammates. Everybody's got their respective jobs. For the team to be successful, everybody's got to do their jobs. And I think from a leadership standpoint, you have to lead in that manner. And I think he's done that. I think the 4 guys that he played with throughout his whole career were they can all vouch for that leadership that he presented, along with the managers that he played for. But these guys here have won as well, and I think that winning thrives on great leadership. and I think he's a great leader. And it doesn't surprise me that he's been successful over the time that he's been in the game, because of the leadership that he presents on the field.
Standing in the back.
Michael, when you played minor league baseball, did you play against Derek, or was there any buzz about him in the minor leagues?
Yeah, I played with him in fall ball in Arizona, and I got a chance. That was the first time I actually met him, and I was fascinated with the way that he played. I was a student of the game, trying to learn from everybody, not just Derek Jeter, Tony Clark, and some of the other guys that that were there, Giambi. So I was a student watching them, and he was a great teacher. He was a great educator just by watching the way that he carried himself. And obviously you can see that he was good at a very early age, and his success followed that. So I mean, yeah, that's the first time I actually met him, and he was a true classic guy right then when I first met him.
Take one or two more. Right here, second row.
Michael, one thing you admired specifically about the way his career and the way he's handled himself?
Yeah, I totally admired that. You were thinking. I think these gentlemen said it the best. I mean, being in a city of New York where, one little hiccup basically could fry your personality, your perception, your persona, and this kid's done everything the right way. And he's done it in a way that no one can criticize anything that he's done within this environment. During the 20-year career. And I think that says a lot about the way he was brought up, in terms of his parents, his teachings, and just about where he cared about himself from a personal standpoint. And that I truly admire, that knowing the expectations of others, he's maintained to do the things the right way. And in this time and era where very few people take that time to say what if before they make a decision, he's done that, and he's made the right decision each and every time.
Against the wall, Dom.
Yes, for Cal and for Dave, as ball players, when Derek didn't hit a lot of home runs in an era when a lot of home runs were hit. If you look at his numbers outside of the hit total, none of them were really extraordinary. But what was it about him? What made him an effective winning ball player for so long?
Derek's he's a student of the game. You do what works for you. If you find you hit a wall or you have to jump over something, he's found a way to do it. Many players get to this level and they feel, I use what was in my repertoire to make it as a professional, and then they don't know how to make adjustments. So he's made adjustments, even though he looks the same. He's the same size. It looks like Derek Jeter today as 1996 when he came in. But he's made the adjustments. He knew what kind of player he was going to be. First of all, good shortstop, good defensively. He had wheels. He could run. He did that. And, he was a table setter. So that, you find everybody wants to be a home run hitter and get the glory. He was a table setter. He made things happen. You get on base, you create havoc, you score runs, you make stuff happen. And I was just going to augment what Michael said earlier. I mean, Derek's been in a situation here with the Yankees where they've been in so many playoffs and World Series, and he's had a chance to shine, and he's done it. And it's what you guys are, everybody here, I won't say guys and gals, you're going to see the end of an era where a guy who just played at the top of his game for a long time for a winning organization and came through when it counted, you won't see it again in this generation. You just won't. There aren't that many opportunities, and he just fit right in. You're looking at something special. It's the end of an era. Most guys finish their career, bye, if you're lucky. And he's been able to do it with an organization such as the Yankees, and with a lot of respect and dignity, and walk out the door probably feeling like he's on a ski slope with momentum going up. So you're, like I said, you're looking at the end of an era, and that's my comment there.
I knew I shouldn't have let Winnie go first.
I'm sorry about that.
No, I think you don't judge Derek on home runs and RBIs. There's a million intangibles that's hard to define, and I think a lot of baseball people nowadays are trying to define what those characteristics that Derek brings. I mean, Derek has power. He can drive in runs. He has proven he can drive in runs at the biggest stage during the playoffs. He will rise with a home run. I know that all too well, competing against him. But you don't judge him necessarily by home runs and RBIs. Excellent hitter, stays on the ball. You can't fool him. He can hit the ball from the right field line to the left field line, legs out infield hits. He has the intangibles to make a game happen, with his legs. But defensively, he's the guy you want the ball hit to when it's a pressure situation and it's the last out of the game. You know that he's going to catch it. He's going to make a good throw to first base. So it is hard to measure and define all the magic that Derek brings to the table. But there is a presence in the middle lineup, and there's a presence when he's at the plate and in the field. And no one person in baseball can drive you to a world championship. It takes a good team, and he's been blessed to be part of a good team. But he has played a huge role in the success of the Yankees in the postseason and has pushed them, once they get to the postseason, to be champions. And so he's a champion all the way around.
Last one, center.
Gentlemen, you've all made some transitions from your playing career into now becoming ambassadors and spokesmen for the respective games. What are some of the adjustments that Derek's going to have to make from becoming a player to that ambassador role?
Cal, why don't
You're the oldest, Dave.
Well, first of all, he'll have to carry his own suitcase now or make his own airline reservations. Most guys don't know how to do that when they finish. No, it won't be hard for Derek. Derek can do whatever the heck he wants to do. He's respected. He's connected. He's in this city. The people love him. He can go anywhere he wants, or he can just recline down in Tampa or Kalamazoo or wherever he wants to go. But he'll have no problem there. Unlike, a lot of baseball players that have, it's hard to make that transition, that adjustment, being in the clubhouse, as Derek mentioned, being young, feeling alive. He'll stay connected, and he'll do well, whatever he wants to do. And we're happy for him. What would you guys say?
You're the baby, Michael. It's my turn next. No, I think Derek won't have any problem making a transition at all. I think he's had a wonderful career, a fulfilling career. He's had a chance to say goodbye now on his terms. Everyone gets a chance to say goodbye. He'll miss certain aspects. I think he'll miss being part of the game on the inside. But he's got a lot of drive to do other things. He's got a lot of curiosity that he wants to accomplish things. What they are, I don't even know for sure. But you can be sure that he's not just going to sit there and do nothing. He's gonna grab a hold of his second career or third career opportunities like he did in his first career. So it'll be wonderful to see Derek make that transition, but he's not going to have any problems.
He'll do it like a baby brother. He'll probably own a team or something.
No, I agree with these guys. I think he's prepared for this. He chose to step away from the game on his own, and I think it's a lot of things out there that he hadn't experienced yet. I hear it all the time. He hadn't gotten married. He hadn't had kids. Those are all different challenges that he's probably going to look forward to. I've heard him talk about possibly owning a team. I think he has a clean slate at his own disposal. I think he has a great reputation. I think he's put himself in a good position. I think his knowledge of the game is strong. So I think he's going to sit down with his family and pick his next step. And I promise you, he's going to give it the same type of effort as he did for the game of baseball. So I wish him the best, without a doubt.